TCM.com/festival.
This is a movie I have to watch every couple of years.
I love this film for many reasons.
Every frame really is a piece of art.
But it's really storytelling done so well.
It's just a great movie.
And essential. 20th Century, 1934. This is a great example of the early genius of director Howard Hawks.
There's humorous truth about actors in this movie.
This is the movie in which Carole Lombard first emerged as a really first-rate comedian.
Of all of my grandfather's movies, the 20th Century might be one of my favorites.
I wanted to be an actress, but I won't crawl on my stomach for any man. You'll find somebody else.
She's marvelous. Just as I thought. Fire, passion, everything. The gold is all there. But we must mine it.
This is our one Barrymore film of the season.
We always pick one.
We always pick one. And I have to say that of all the great performances that your grandfather gave in movies, such as Grand Hotel and Dinner at 8, and
which we've done both of those.
We've done both of those and everything. But I do think this is the best performance on film of John Barrymore.
This one was always my favorite. It just absolutely was, because I think it did have that comedy and it had that joy.
Right.
The more I grew up in the film industry, the more I appreciated any film that also made fun of itself for theater acting.
Right.
You know, in this film, my grandfather says things like, "I never thought I'd stoop so low as to become an actor." Or, you know, the sorrows of life or the joys of art. And, you know, the way that Carole Lombard behaves at certain points is so actressy. And she knows she's doing it, and Howard Hawks knows she's doing it. Everybody's, you know, wanting her to do it, but it's so funny to me. The way he makes the chalk marks on the floor and...
Hysterical scene.
And every time he has her re-come into the scene in the theater in the beginning, and he does that ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling for the door knock. It's just delightful.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, just a moment. That is the way an Iceman would enter the house, not Mary Jo.
That's part of the genius of Howard Hawks again.
Yeah.
You know, who directed so many wonderful comedies and musicals like Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, Red River, a Western. I mean, he did everything.
His Girl Friday.
His Girl Friday. Just a genius. And this is an early example of his genius. I also find it very poignant because it is true that this is the last important film that John Barrymore starred in.
Yeah.
He made other films, but 2 years later, he was playing supporting parts in movies, including one with Carole Lombard, getting billed way under Carole Lombard. And his kind of disintegration on film and in life came soon after. And so that's, I think, kind of makes it even more of a treasure to me, that here he's kind of at his peak.
Yeah. You know, it's unfortunate because he lived such an extraordinary life and he was such a fabulous creature on so many levels, but, you know, definitely really had the demons and they got the best of him. And he didn't want to be an actor. You know, he really, like, claimed that he wanted to be this painter, this artist. That was really where his passion, you know, was. But
his family tradition to be an actor, right?
For hundreds of years.
Yeah.
I mean, both sides of his family, the
Barrymores
Drews
and the Drews.
And the Barrymores, hence my name, Drew Barrymore. It's from both families. You know, that was their trade. And I think it's funny because I think people in our family really just feel it. Like, this is what you're supposed to do in your life, even if you have other passions and talents.
Did you feel that right off the bat?
Yes, I think that acting in our family is a weird genetic magnetic pull. So at least when I would study my family and to see that they all, on every single side of it, you know, were actors, it made some semblance of sense to me that I just felt this strange need to be in it myself, as if there was really no other road or alternative. It was so just the way it was. It was very matter of fact. And I'm so honored to be a part of this legacy.
Well, we're going to see a great performance right now by your grandfather. Here's the film directed by the best, Howard Hawks, and starring, as I say, Drew Barrymore's grandfather, John Barrymore. 1934, 20th Century.